wrote the rhymes, did the contracts, security, the whole shit. So you fabricating these stories, and it's very weird that you're talking all of this.
Welcome back, YouTube. It's Hard Not. I'm Universe. Universe is me, Universe is we, because we are one. We're back with Papoose exposing Remy Ma, and this is your part 2. Let me take it back a little bit. Alright, like, share, subscribe to the video. Here we go.
I never said I wrote her rhymes. I left it. I didn't need the credit. All I wanted her to do was win. Wrote the rhymes, did the contracts, security, the whole shit. So you fabricating these stories, and it's very weird that you're talking all of this money talk, but in your background, it's everything that I bought. All of the utilities are in my name. So all of this fabrication about, oh, he don't pay no bills, oh, he don't do this, he don't do that. If you analyze her live, the whole thing is about all of this money talk. Why? Because she wants y'all to think that she's this big shot. I don't need to come up here and perpetrate no fraud like I'm a big shot, like I'm this and I'm that. For the simple fact that...
You know what's funny? It's like as soon as the breakup happened, and this can be on either side, man or woman. That was talking about how broke somebody is and they ain't got no money, you know, but it's like, so, I mean, is that why y'all broke up? Because the whole time nigga didn't have no money? Like, and now you just, at this point, just want to say it like you breaking up with it because he ain't have no money. And on top of that, if Pap ain't got no money, because I don't know, I wouldn't know. And the divorce, since you, Remy, actually one that cheated, looks like, you know, he probably get the kid, and you gonna be paying alimony or child support. Ask Mary J. Blige how that's working out for.
I speak with my actions. You want to talk about black love? Anybody who follow me, they know I've always been pro-black and had knowledge of self since I was a teenager. So I've represented that since I came in the door before I even knew you. Okay? So don't ever talk about black love and what else she said? I gotta remember. So, yo, first and foremost, very bipolar, very delusional. This is a person who will sit in front of you. She will post that live, and she'll say later, I didn't do that. I wasn't on live. You'll be sitting there like...
That's like some narcissist behavior. Like, they just be doing shit and ain't got no recollection of what they did or why they did it, and sweeping down they didn't do it, or that they did do it. It's like everything is just centered around them, and they don't care about nobody else. So whatever they have to say to, you know, basically keep the spotlight on them or get it off them if they in some shit, oh, they gonna do it.
Like, huh? She will say something to you and 10 minutes later say, I never said that. Very bipolar. And I don't want to talk bad about her, man. That's something that I never wanted to do. That's why when this took place, when she first got caught cheating with the lane, I brought it to her attention. I said, first of all, I couldn't even believe that she was stooped that low because he's such a cornball. Y'all see it, y'all say it yourself. I'm like, yo, it's no way it's this nigga. Because I'm trying to figure it out. Like, damn.
Now, let me stop right there. Like, I don't know Easy the Block Captain, and I watch battle rap. You know, when he battle rap, I got to give it to him. The man is cold. You know what I'm saying? He got some skills. But he just said a cornball. You know, he ran into him, like, personally, probably several occasions or whatever. That's his take on him. I'm going to call him a cornball because it's like, come on, buddy. Like, if you know Pap, you know what I'm saying, and you messing with the man's wife, you know, I just think that's some cornball shit. You know, it's like, I just don't think that's cool. And don't get me wrong, of course, Remy has something to do with it. But I'm saying, as a man, you shouldn't want to do that to another man, because usually when a man do something like that to another man, it's like they trying to purposely be disrespectful because that's how much they hate your ass. So it's like, did you hate Pap like that? You know, to the point where you was going to sleep with his wife, you know, because, I mean, I just think that's dirty. And, you know, for any guy who think that's cool, you got to always remember, if you feel like that's okay to sleep with another man's wife, when you get married, whether you still on bullshit or you done with the bullshit, the day in which your wife sleep with another man, you can't be mad and you can't be complaining because you felt like it was okay to sleep with another man's wife.
Who is this nigga? Because, we were living a normal, peaceful life, raising our child like we planned to, and she started to move real strange. So in the process of her moving strange, it became stranger and stranger, worse and worse. So I said, damn, I gotta see what's going on. What the hell is going on? I started to do my research. As I did my research, I found out she was cheating with the lame. So once I found out,
the motherfucker said I started to do research. Like he was going to the library and shit. He was going online. He was like taking notes and shit. He doing some research, footnotes and shit, writing papers. And then you found out. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not funny, but at the end of the day, this is entertainment. I feel sorry for him though. But when he said he started doing research, you just don't hear shit like that. Usually motherfuckers be like, look, when I thought this, I pulled up, I started going through a phone, this and that and the other. They ain't say I started doing research and shit. That shit weird.
now I brings it to her attention. I said, mind you, I didn't knock him out because he slept with my wife. Like I told y'all before, the reason I knocked him out was because he shook my hand and then slept with my wife. It's a difference. But let me tell y'all this.
My bad, I hate to stop it. But Serge, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel him. It's like, you act like you was cool with him, knowing the whole time you sleep with his wife. That's almost like you meet the guy. Hey, yo, you shaking your head. Hey, yeah, what's up? Really what he's saying is, I'm fucking your wife, nigga. Like, that's fucked up. That's basically what he was doing, shaking his hand. All right, let's continue.
So I bring it to her attention that that I found out that she's sleeping with the lame. She tells me, him? Why him? Why him out of all people? Not Goods? Not Hitman? My word is my bond, my bond is my life. I should give my life before my word shall fail. This was her exact words. Him? Why would I deal with him? I said, Rem, I know you're dealing with the lame. I know it. First and foremost, how it first fell on my radar that she was cheating with the nigga, he was running his mouth and it came back to me. They said, yo, Pat, this nigga out here telling niggas he fucking your wife. I said, word. So I did a little bit more research, connect a couple more dots, I finds out. She tells me this. Okay, I finds out. Mind you, it's not the first time she cheated.
I'm just gonna say right off the back, that's bogus. Like, that's how you know it's like, did he mean to be disrespectful? Because it's like, you sleeping with this you sleep with this man's wife and you bragging about it? Like, that's yeah, that's nasty work.
You know what I mean? I continued the marriage because I live by my wedding vow. I try to live by my wedding vows. Richer for poor, sick and for health, sickness and health, you know what I'm saying? Better for worse, and death do us part. So you try to work through things. Anybody out there who's married, y'all understand. So I found out she's cheating with the lame. I bring it to her attention. Of course, we have an altercation, like basically argument back and forth or whatever transpired, right? Okay. She decides, and I decide that we're going to go to therapy. But she brings it to my attention, to be honest. She said, I think we should do therapy. I said, okay. Even though I'm private and I don't like to speak to people about my personal business, that was a very, very difficult thing for me to do. But I said, you know what? Let's do the therapy. We go to the therapist. The therapist's first question is, do you guys want a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. So when she comes on live and say, we haven't slept in the bed since 2022, and to make it seem like and fabricate a story, like we had some agreement, you such a liar. There was no agreement. When I found out you was with the lame, you denied it. You shitted on him. Basically said, yo, why would I be with him? Why do you think I would be with him? And then you wanted to go to therapy. So check it out now. Check it out. So when we go to therapy, the therapist says, do y'all want to get a...
I'm just tripping on how you keep calling this market lame like that. We used that shit like back in the, I don't know, the 90s. Maybe, yeah, I think we used it in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. He's showing his age. That shit funny. He lame though. Easy Black Captain do look like a lame and shit. Especially when his teeth is all fucked. Well, he got braces now, but well shit, his brace still on, his teeth still fucked up. Look, my teeth ain't even all that good. But shit, maybe let me just shut the fuck up, play the video.
The divorce, or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. I'm gonna be honest, because honestly, I didn't want to not live under the same roof as my 5-year-old. I love all my kids the same, but when you have children, and everyone knows that about me. Everybody who know me, y'all know my character. Y'all know her character. Very rude, very disrespectful, not just to me, to everyone. But that speaks volumes. I didn't want to we planned to raise her with both parents. That was the plan. So I did not want to not live under the same roof with my little girl. I was there from the moment she came out of the womb, and I intended, and I always told her, I want to be there to the moment we take her to her prom. So when she graduates high school, college, get her degrees, I want to be there to take my daughter to her prom. And I told her that. So I never wanted to leave from under the roof of my baby. That's why I stayed around for this nonsense. And I don't want to go away from the point. Okay, so we did the therapy. The therapist gave us that option. We both said we want to work it out. She said, this is the plan. I'm going to give y'all a plan to work it out.
He still sound like he's freestyling.
She said, Pat, because like I told y'all previously, once I seen that she was cheating, like she was moving real strange, I'm talking about leaving for hours at a time. Every time I questioned it, it was a lie, just strange behavior. So once I noticed that she was moving strange, I started to do my research. So the therapist said, because she told the therapist, mind you, she got all these lies to y'all about me. The only thing she told the therapist was, oh, he doesn't trust me. He's going to keep looking behind me and trying to, find out what I'm doing. But the only reason why I was looking behind her is because she was moving strange. So
I mean, that's just common sense. Like, after you already found out the motherfucker was cheating, especially if you're going to stay with him, you're going to stay on top of it if a person's still, moving unlike they normally move. So, I mean, look, she was just trying to buy some time from the therapist. Talking about, oh, that's a classic move, Remy. Remy, you need to stop it. You too old for this shit. For real.
But I agreed to, not show distrust or whatever. And the therapist told her, Remy, since you're saying that it's only business with this dude moving forward, but y'all have a last event coming up, after this event, you're going to cut all ties with this individual. This is what the therapist said. She said, Pat, because I told Rem back then, before I even clipped him, I said, when I catch son, I'm putting him down. I'm putting him down. He violated. You know what I'm saying? And what I noticed, when I found out, I noticed that every time me and her stepped out and made an appearance, he'd go post on his gram, do little sucker shit. He'd go make a post on his story about us. So I'm watching this. Mind you, y'all.
That's a dirty nigga. Like, and I mean, to each his own. Everybody got choices and decisions they gonna make in life. But goddamn, nigga, like, it's bad for you in a sense, and I'm talking about Easy the Black Captain at this point. It's bad for you because now that the cat is out the bag, motherfuckers gonna be bagging you in these rap battles. That's like fucking up your career because every fucking battle you done had since this shit done went on, this all they talk about. And mind you, this is all people want to hear. They just want to hear more shit coming out. So you probably worse off or gonna be worse off, especially after this, than goddamn Drake with Papoose into your goddamn career. And you thought that shit was sweet fucking his wife. Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing the whole time. I know this nigga sleeping with my wife, but I ain't saying nothing. Feel me? I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't saying nothing. Son doing sucker shit on the gram. That's cool. I ain't paying that no mind. We go to therapy. The therapist come up with the plan. We put the plan together. The therapist said she has this event coming up at Sony Hall, which was the battle between him and Hitman. She said, you can go to the event, right? But don't knock him, don't do nothing to this individual. She said, I said, I'm gonna go to the event, I'm gonna fall back, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do nothing. After the event, she's supposed to leave the dude alone, right? I go to the hold on a second, man. Give me 1 second. I don't know what I'm gonna do. 1 second. 1 second.
Papoose look like he aging it off.
1 second, y'all.
Need the fast
one. It's the battle with him and Hitman. Everybody there. Everybody remember that event. Y'all notice I never came on the stage, right? Never came on the stage, stayed in the crowd, fell back. Watched the entire little week battle, whatever, you know what I'm saying? On his behalf, because he trash. Watch him do his little trash battle. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm watching it, I never did nothing. When we left the battle, I went home with my daughter. She went home with the lame. Went home with the lame. Okay. She came home. She went home with the.
Alright. So we gonna stop it right there. Probably gonna do a part 3. Or we probably just gonna keep covering it because I'm pretty sure more stuff is gonna be coming out. I heard that Remy basically responding to this video that we reacting to right now, and so we probably gonna get her take and react to that too. But my personal opinion is I think everybody rocking with Pap. I'm kind of rocking with Pap. I mean, I don't like to see nobody get done dirty. We don't know if Pap even cheated on her in the past. We don't know. We wasn't there. At the end of the day, I think if he did though, it probably would have came out by now. So I can pretty much say he ain't in the limelight as far as being on some type of infidelity with somebody else. You didn't hear about Clarissa Shields until this shit blew up, pretty much. So, but anyway, what I wanted to say was, I just think it's fucked up that anybody, whether it's a celebrity or a non-celebrity, that when you go through a problem, with your significant other, that you run to social media, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I think those type of things need to be handled between the two people that's involved in the situation, not involving all these other people, in y'all shit, even including me. It's fucked up that I'm reacting to it and giving my opinion on it, but I mean, it is what it is. But you basically give the right for people to do it when you put your business out on the street or on the internet. So I don't think that's a good idea, because that definitely ain't gonna never help solve anything by putting your business out there. So my personal advice to anybody: don't take your shit to social media and for the world to see, because it ain't none of their fucking business. If you got shit going on within your relationship, handle it behind closed doors, and keep it moving after that. But until the next video, like, share, subscribe if you like the content. And this has been another video with your boy Hard Knock. Old saying, holla back. New saying, side nine, suckers. I love it. Love it. Hell yeah.